Today was the first day of jury selection in the Karen Reed case. It has been a day. The energy is going to be off the charts this week. We have a lot of things that are coming into fruition, a lot of things that are being revealed, and many more to come. One thing that you and I both are watching unfold in front of us, and we are here together. Welcome, everyone. I'm Lady Zelda with Seeing Crime, Seeing Muck, Mire, Mayhem, possibly a little corruption, definitely a lot of bias, and it is April 1st of 2025, April Fool's Day. And I knew it was April Fool's Day, and a big joke when I heard Auntie Bev say, Trooper Michael Proctor, instead of disgraced Michael Proctor. But I digress. There's a lot that's been going on, and the one thing was Turtle Boy was in the courtroom. They were selecting jury. We watched a little bit of it, and it's okay. And now you can hear Shaggy chiming in because he agrees with each and every one of us that this certainly isn't the cat's meow. No pun intended. I am here today with the Mythic Tarot, and you know this gravitates to Karen's case. We have the Kipper deck, and we have our friend the Hidden. And yes, I have promised you a Hidden members only. And I want to catch my breath a little bit. Today I was busy. And I mean busy with readings, busy with charting things, just busy. So I want to make sure that I do this so you get every and all information possible from this deck. But we're pulling it out because there are some things that are still hidden. But most importantly, for those of you who don't know, the Canton audit for the police department came in today. And that Canton audit disclosed that there were many things that were not done, completed, or rectified in the investigation of Karen Reed. It's pretty wild. Not only that, the one thing that caught my eye was, remember how the CW said that they only kept, video security footage 30 days? In the report, it says 800 days. So they've had all this time to turn that over to the defense. Now, can they actually use this audit? Maybe. Possibly. We don't know. But it's one more thing to grab the attention of those who are watching, those who are now seeing, and to garner this worldwide attention that this case has and needs. Now you know, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not law enforcement, I am not a medical professional, but I am here, and this is entertainment purposes only. I'm so glad that you're here, because now we can just chat about things, talk about things, and I'm going to give you a forecast, not so much a prediction, but a forecast, because this week we have the last week of Mercury retrograde, and it's almost as though it is gathering this wave of tsunami of information to just pluck up, and we're going to continue to see it, just like this audit that came out. There's going to be more. Not to worry, there will be more. Then Mercury retrograde goes direct on the 7th. There's other planets that are happening, but we had a lunar eclipse, a solar eclipse this past weekend, and this is going to be a challenging month, but also a month of growth, a month of gaining ground. I'm going to say that, and a month of learning lessons. So let's get started. Here we are. No more stories, Zelda. Hello. Today I'm going to start out with this Mythic Tarot. We're going to put this over here, and let me know if you see that. Oh boy, I am seeing a lot in the cloth, including a part of Sammy. We're going to remove her. Sammy's been all over the place with a lot of energy today. And that's what happens when there's a lot of energy around. Okay, here we go. Now, I've pre-shuffled, but I'm going to shuffle again on camera so you can see. And, oh, look at the cards that fell out. I am going to put these back in. There are two. The Hierophant, which is a Taurus, but this especially, look at this. The High Priestess. And look what this looks like. The bulkhead, but look, a waterfall in the background. She's actually holding a pomegranate, which is a very spiritual thing. But she's here. And you know, she's headed toward growth. All water in the tarot comes from the High Priestess robes. Water is life. It's kind of amazing that that happened, isn't it? We're going to put that back. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it right there. And we're going to give it another really good shuffle. And we're going to ask spirits, guides, angels. Give us an indication now, first day of jury selection. Is there something that we need to know, we need to be aware of? Point us in the right direction. And we thank you for the use of your power. Here we are. First card off the top, the Queen of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune. We had the Wheel of Fortune in a live that we had last night. And we had the Chariot card, which is also the zodiac sign of Cancer. There are 4 cards. We're going to lay out one more. The Fool, putting this to the side. The Queen of Wands, this fiery queen, the energy takes on that of the judge, Beverly Cannoni. She has the ability and the authority to spin this wheel of fortune that goes in waves. And you can see in this case, because sometimes we have really good wins, and sometimes the wheel turns in the opposite direction for Karen. This reading right now is showing this is the start. The defense will have 2 different pathways and opportunities ahead of them as they continue to select the jury. They will kind of sort of know how to take this, how to work into things, what pathway they want to go. They could certainly go in the pathway of the investigation being really followed up, or what investigation? Of 34 Fairview Road. I actually heard attorney Mark Betterow tonight on Nurse Kim's stream. If you missed that, go and see her. It was really good. That maybe they didn't know. Maybe they don't know what they're doing. Oh, I'll tell you what, I love him, but I have to respectfully disagree. They know exactly what they're doing, and we have an example of that in the Dr. Turk case that's also happened in that particular area of Massachusetts. They can see, they know exactly what to do, but there was an indication early on. I'm going to say it that way. There was an indication early on, and I'm going to go really far out and say perhaps a direction to just back off a bit. To just back off. And now it came out in the Canton audit that investigation didn't happen the way that it should. Some things about Matt McCabe, Jennifer McCabe, okay. I will pin it in my community tab so you can read it. It's very interesting. But they're going to have 2 main pathways ahead of them that they will take. Now, obviously, both pathways is going to cost money for experts to come in, and they already know this. But don't think that they are fools, because they certainly are not. The Fool card is actually the first card in the tarot deck. However, it is considered to be the 0 card, or null, N-U-L-L, because you're starting off at ground zero, and that's exactly what the defense is doing. They're taking a leap of faith and going in a direction, and we will see that with opening statements. We're going to see exactly what pathway. In fact, with this charioteer here, and being the Cancerian part of the zodiac, they may just choose both. But here's a really good thing, too, I want to share with you, is Cancer, the sign of Cancer, and again, that came out in a most recent live, and I think even in an EVP from what we had, that has a lot to do with a home. Let's take our friend the Kipper. Let's go the Kipper route. See what's up. I always giggle because, quite frankly, I just love it when the cards come out and they're spot on. And this is telling us that there's a lot of action in the courthouse. Not so much around it. Not so much around it. The buffer zone was actually expanded. The courtship. So that is the commitment and engagement. There's a lot of thought going down, and it is about Karen on both sides of the aisle. High honor, definitely getting a lot of press. Getting a lot of press. Sudden wealth. That's what I mean, my darlings. There's going to be some things coming up. Remember keys. Remember keys coming up. What's on the bottom of the deck? Mature woman. That's Auntie Bev. That's Auntie Bev. I'm going to put this to the side in case we need to draw some more. But now we're going to go with our friend, the hidden deck. I have to tell you, every time I read with this deck, I learn something, I see something new. There's images, there's symbols, there are meanings that come out of this deck that are just wonderful. It is Bicycle is the manufacturer, hidden deck. I would sell it, but in all fairness, why? Because then you would have to pay for shipping and all this other, and you can get this just about anywhere. And you may want to pick up a deck for yourself, because I'm going to be releasing an ebook for you to learn how to read the hidden deck. And it's not really like a regular cartomancy in many ways. Let's get started. 3 of diamonds. The 10 of spades. 9 of clubs. 5 of spades. And look at this jack. All the royalty in this deck are unalived. And you can see he is definitely a heart man. But he's got a lot of fancy. He's holding a feather in one hand and this, it looks like a battle axe in the other. Both sides are the same. And we're going to put this down here. Now, I want you to know that the spades are probably the absolute not so good of the deck. And that's the same really for any Cartomancy deck. But you want to know the funny thing? The spades mean things like hidden knowledge, transformation, and especially trials. And maybe life trials, but especially legal trials. How do you like that? The clubs are all about inner growth, taking action through the mystery, but also unseen allies, as in there are people behind the scenes. The unseen allies could be those law students, the 9 law students from Boston College and Harvard University that are clerking for the defense right now. Amazing. But the diamonds, manifestation through darkness. How do you like that? It can be veiled opportunities, meaning evidence, things are right in front of them, but they're hidden in plain sight. And it's all about hidden. The hearts mean soul contracts and can be, and most definitely means emotional truth. This is almost as though it's a gateway. Now, I'm going to say this, okay? Sorry, I'm moving something around. I'm going to say this. There is a creation and a collaboration that's about to happen for the defense. That's an amen, isn't it? That's a wonderful amen. Now, much like other decks, hello. Oh boy, Mercury, thank you. This particular card means an ending, as in, I'm going to say it, almost an unliving. It can mean the ego drives that person to this. Now, I don't like to predict this, and I don't like it at all, and I don't want anybody trying to guess who it is, because I don't know. I don't ask for that. But the fact that it's coming up tells us, well, there's more to this than meets the eye. And I'm going to tell you, this 5 of spades right here, it's all about the ego. Every bit of it, all about the ego. And this all comes into play. But this 9 of clubs is a guardian, protecting the energy of the defense. And this young man is a youthful person that finds himself in trouble. Yeah, that's colon. I don't think that's over. Even though the judge basically said, no, he's not part of the three-party culprit defense, I don't think that's over. There will be something that comes out. There will be something that comes out. This is definitely the belief. The definite belief that she is innocent. And that belief will transcend over everything. I do not see a conviction, I will tell you. It's going to be tough. And this is suffering. Suffering definitely is the teacher in this particular situation. And it's very, very unfortunate. However, I still believe that she has been chosen. This 4 of clubs still works in the whole part of being in bed with the devil. So we definitely have a clash. We have good against evil here, my friends. And that's why I wanted to get these cards out. This is all going to come out. We've got a long road to hoe now. We're only on day 2. It's coming about. It's going to be a little quiet this week. However, behind the scenes, we still may see some things. Final words right there. That is a Capricornian. And who is the Capricornian? Aiden Carney, Turtle Boy. But it is also a part of this with the CW and that addiction that the CW has to continue this farce, this injustice. Let's take one more kipper. Let's take one more kipper. Karen has an alibi, my friends. She wasn't there when John went into the house. That's it. That's the pathway that the defense can take and will. She has an alibi. Wi-Fi has saved her. The weird thing is that they have all these Ring cameras and Soliport and all this other stuff. However, the Ring camera footage of Karen talking to, was it Carrie or Jen, about a broken taillight, and then going back home to 1 Meadows Ave, all of those are missing. And it's uncanny. I mean, quite fantastic that those are the ones that definitely shows that her tail light is not damaged to the extent where the CW says. The truth will be revealed and will come out, and there's going to have to be some people that answer to this, and I know that 2 attorneys most definitely will from the CW. That's my opinion. But I want to thank you so much for being here and your support. You are all so wonderful. Please like and subscribe if you've not been here before. And boom, we've got a lot to just work through. There's going to be a lot to happen. Hang on, my darlings. Karen's going to be okay. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. And definitely, I will talk to you soon. No worries, everyone. We're here for it. Bye for now.